Good morning, everyone. I'm Michael Strom from Oasis Senior Advisors, and this morning I have the pleasure of interviewing Kim McFee from Reverse Mortgage Educators. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Good morning, Michael.
So I was wondering, can you tell us a little bit about your background and Reverse Mortgage Educators?
Absolutely. I've been doing reverse mortgages since 2005. I started with a large bank financial institution and offered the reverse mortgages as a reverse mortgage loan officer until they exited that line of business. I've been with Reverse Mortgage Educators ever since. Reverse Mortgage Educators has been around since about 2013. Although we may sound young in regards to number of years, if you take collectively everybody that works here, our years of employment in the reverse mortgage space, it's well over 100 years. So we definitely have a good background, a good foundation in the reverse mortgage arena.
Right, Kim. Well, thank you for telling us a little bit about your background. So now can you tell us about your job? What makes you jump out of bed in the morning?
I sure can. What makes me jump out of bed every morning to do my JOB job? I truly believe that I make a difference in seniors' lives each and every day. It may sound like a cliche, but the fact that I can really, truly help a senior be able to stay in their home, give them a little extra money, provide for their in-home care, whatever it is that's going to make their life easier, is I truly believe that I do make a difference in their lives.
So, Kim, would you tell us what are the requirements or what's the qualification that are required for a reverse mortgage?
Yes, I can do that. The requirements for a reverse mortgage are actually pretty simple. First, for a senior, they have to be at least 62 years of age. If it's a couple, one of them has to be at least 62 years of age. They have to live in their home as their primary residence, and they have to have no mortgage or a small mortgage, and then they need to be able to meet a financial assessment. The financial assessment is basically looking at their all sources of income, all sources of expenses, and just making sure at the end of the day that they have a residual income that allows them to be able to pay their property taxes and their insurance. For most of my borrowers, the income requirement financial assessment is not an issue at all. Some of them it can be challenging, but we do allow for all types of extenuating circumstances. So again, very simple, 62, live in the home, no mortgage, small mortgage, and then be able to meet a financial assessment requirement.
Excellent. So now could you tell us what are some examples of how a reverse mortgage can be used by a senior?
Oh, absolutely. I have lots of stories. People use reverse mortgages for numerous circumstances. I like to tell stories because I think it resonates well with people. One way that a lot of people use reverse mortgages is to pay for in-home care. And Michael, you can probably definitely relate to this. I had a borrower who was significantly in arrears in paying her caretakers for her care. Through her caretaker, who realized that she was going to be out of a job if her caretaker, if her client did not pay, and also she had formed quite a bit of an attachment to my client over the 2 years that she took care of her. So I was able to they got in touch with me, and I was able to provide Betty with a reverse mortgage loan that she could in turn pull some money out of her free and clear paid off house and access the funds so that she was able to pay her caretakers so they were able to continue to come to her home each and every day and provide her the care that she needed. So that's what a lot of people use the reverse mortgage for, is to be able to provide for the in-home care. Most of my clients would love to have their adult children quit their job and take care of them full time, but as you and I know, that's really not something that can happen. A lot of times my clients' kids are what they call sandwich generation. They're taking care of their own kids, whether they're in high school, maybe they're taking care of grandkids that live with them, and they're also trying to take care of their parents. And they're trying to do the best job that they can, but they just can't physically quit the job to take care of mom and dad full time. So by the parents being able to pull some money, access some of the money out of their free and clear house or their small mortgage that's still in the house, pull out some of those funds and be able to pay for caretakers. It really makes it a win-win situation. The parents are getting the care, and then the adult children aren't having to quit their job to be able to care for mom and dad every day. I also have another story of one of my clients who did a reverse mortgage for purchase. She lived in San Diego in her house that her husband and she had lived in together. Unfortunately, her husband passed away a few years ago, and she decided she wanted to sell her house and move to Orange County to be closer to her daughter. So what she did is she sold her house in San Diego. She took all of the proceeds and she moved into a 2-story condo to be close to her daughter. After about 2 years, her niece told her that she didn't like living in a 2-story house anymore, and her dog told her that he didn't really like not having a backyard. So what she decided she was going to do was sell her house and buy a manufactured home out in the Inland Empire. So she talked to her boyfriend about her decision, and her boyfriend's son, who happens to be an estate planning attorney, overheard the conversation and says, why don't you do the reverse mortgage for purchase? My borrower knew nothing about it, so we were able to sit down with a realtor and myself, and we were able to come up with a plan so that she was able to sell her 2-story condominium for about $440,000, and then she was able to go ahead and buy a 1-story single-family residence in Orange County for about $550,000. Well, if you do the math, $550,000, $440,000, it doesn't add up. But because of the reverse mortgage and her age, she was able to only have to put about half down from the sale of her condo, and the other she got in proceeds from the reverse mortgage. So fast forward a couple of weeks after the loan closed, I contacted her and asked her how she was doing. And she says, you know what, it's 10 o'clock, I'm sitting in my backyard, my dog's out running around, he's happy as a clam. And she said, the best thing about this reverse mortgage is, she goes, finally, in all my years, she goes, I have a nest egg. She goes, when my husband was sick, we didn't have a nest egg. We were always going from medical expense to medical expense. And then when I had to use all the proceeds to buy the house in Anaheim, she goes, it was really tough. She goes, now, she goes, I have a nest egg, and I am so thankful that if something happens, the water heater breaks, my car needs new tires, I'm able to draw upon that line of credit and actually breathe a little easier. So the reverse mortgage purchase was the best thing for me ever. The other story I wanted to tell is I had a gal who was always going to do the reverse mortgage, but she never had an impending event. Well, finally her impending event approached in the fact that she retired. And then all of a sudden she realized, you know what, I don't know that I have enough income to continue my lifestyle. So what she was able to do is to take the reverse mortgage, pay off her existing lien, and that way it freed up that amount of money that she was able to live on very comfortably. And now she's definitely enjoying her retirement. So the fact that she doesn't have to go back to work, and she's got a little bit of a nest egg to live on. So those are just some examples of how people use the reverse mortgage. And there are numerous others, but those are just the ones that I wanted to touch on today.
Well, thank you, Kim. So if someone would like to get questions answered or have a consultation, what is the best phone number to reach you at?
My phone number would be area code 714-227-6601.
Excellent. And if somebody wanted to check out your website and get some information, what is your website address?
It's a long one. It's www.reversemortgageeducators.com.
Excellent. And lastly, if somebody wanted to stop by your office and actually come in and speak with your staff or yourself, what is your address? Where are you located at?
We're located in the city of Orange at 874 North Tustin. Our cross streets are Tustin and Collins.
Excellent. Well, Kim, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Everybody, have a great day.